I've been going months operating, I want to say in a place, maybe it's from a place of confusion. Not confusion in who I am, but confusion about where I'm supposed to go and how it's supposed to be done. And I feel silly saying that at this point because I know there is some part of me that knows exactly what to do and knows exactly where to go. And I think that brings up this point of relaxing into the unknown and the joy of not knowing and just moving. And, you know, ignorance is bliss. But when you can, like, fully trust. Ignorance is not bliss when it's driving your mind crazy and when you are so focused on the answer or how the answer is supposed to present itself or how the solution is supposed to present itself. That wasn't smooth. Excuse me. Anyway, I just want to talk about like the joy of not knowing, because we're always going to be, I mean, as awareness, there's always going to be something that we don't know. And I feel like a lot of the surrendering and process of accepting is truly allowing the unknown to be there. Allowing the fog to surround you while you know yourself as the compass. We hear a lot about being the light amongst the darkness, being still in that. But I guess I want to, in this particular analogy, we are the compass amidst the fog, where everything seems like, you know, at this point, like, you can take any step in any direction, and it may be the right one. But or perhaps it'll take you further away. We don't know, but we have the compass within our hearts that's always pointing us to our true north. And it's really just about trusting and believing in and seeing that inner compass within us. And seeing where the arrow is pointing and having the courage, having the strength, having the humility to turn a complete 180 if that arrow is pointed in the other direction. The clarity cannot come from what you see around you. It cannot come from what we may project onto the fog. And however we feel about it, and I'm saying feelings as in like emotion, whether we think it's right or wrong. We have to keep looking at that compass within to see if that arrow is if that's what the arrow is pointing to. That's a different kind of feeling. That's a heart's knowing. That's a soul knowing. It's a soul remembrance. And you know what's in your heart. You know what's in your heart. You know what your compass is pointing you towards. And it takes a matter of commitment to that true north. To that true north. And that true north is not God. You are God. I am God. We are God. Holding the compass. Who has the compass encased inside of us. We can't put what's on the other side of that arrow on a pedestal, because that is us. That is the dream. That is one with us. That is our destiny. And it's like there's nothing, I don't want to say there's nothing, but we shouldn't settle for signs of us going in the right direction, because the signs are still a projection that is in the fog. We have to keep our focus on the compass within. Until we actually see it with our own eyes, we cannot settle. We cannot settle for signs or synchronicities or distractions. We have to stay 10 toes down in one direction. And this is where nurturing your inner child to grow into the person who you are meant to be. Because the inner child is the archetype or version of ourselves that's always going to exist within us, and that we need to allow to be heard, to be seen, to play, to take baby steps and to fall. But at some point, that inner child, or I guess the next phase of the journey is, the inner adolescence. When that child grows up a little bit and has the structure to operate in the world. I've gotten very clear on what my world is, who my inner child is. And it's like the next phase of the journey is creating that structure for myself, for my inner child to move. And the structure is not one that's informed by the fear of the outside world, of the matrix, of capitalism, of patriarchy. It's not one that is out of spite of a for-profit culture. It's one out of reverence and independence for myself, for liberation of myself, for liberation of those who came before me, for liberation of the archetypes that intersect with my identity. And it is a remembrance of the kingdom within, the heaven within, the new earth that I am creating, the new earth that I know, the new earth that's already here. Anyway, the joy of not knowing. Because it's like once you know you don't know something, you at least know that. And that is enough to give you peace, because then it's like, I know all that I need to know. I know all that I need to know to keep moving forward. If I don't know something right now, I will know it soon. And if I don't know it now, then there's a reason why I don't know it now. And I will know it because I know that I am not knowing of it. The joy of not knowing. Okay, that's it.